Hello and welcome to Hero Arts. Today we are going to take a look at the two types of stencils that Hero Arts has to offer, standalone and layering stencils. The Hero Arts stencils are made from a thick frosted mylar with laser cut designs. You can use them with a paintbrush, ink pad, dauber, blending brush, sprays, embossing powders, and pastes. First, we're going to take a closer look at a color layering stencil. Layering stencils can be used on their own to create an abstract look or with a coordinating stamp set if one is available. There are many different ways to hold your stencil to your cardstock while you are working. You can use any type of low-tack tape, posted tape, washi tape, or even a make art station, which is a magnetic plate. For more intricate stencils, you can use pixie spray, which is a low-tack adhesive spray that you would spray on the back of your stencil, and that will hold it down to the cardstock. Today I'm going to be working with a make art station, which is a magnetic sheet that has magnets that come with it to hold my stencil in place, and I'm also going to be using the color layering peony sponge. This is a 4-piece stencil set to add details to your design. I'm going to use this on its own, but it does also have a coordinating stamp set. I'm going to start with my first stencil, which is the most open part of the stencil for the petals. You can also refer to the back of your packaging for the layering guide. I'm holding my stencil down over my cardstock using my magnets, and I'm lightly ink blending on a light purple color, and I'm also making sure to get those squares in the top corners of the stencil. Those are our registration marks and is going to help us line up the next set of stencils. I'm going to remove that first layer of the stencil, bring in the second one, which is going to add details to our flowers. I made sure to line up those squares in the top corners of the cardstock so that I get perfect placement. Then I'm coming in with my blending brush and a darker shade of purple to add the details to the flower. You can already see how this beautiful image is coming together. I'm going to bring in my third layer of the stencil, which is going to be the open part of the leaves that fit perfectly in between the flowers. And then I'm going to bring in the last part of the stencil, which is adding details to the leaves with a darker shade of green. Now you can see what a beautiful abstract and no-line look we have. This fits great on the front of a card front. Here's an example of a card created without the stamp set. And then here's an example using the coordinating stamp set to add even more details to your image. Next, we're going to take a look at standalone stencils. Standalone stencils add interest to your backgrounds or using over a stamped image or partially stamped image to build up dimension and layers. For this example, I'm going to be using the cobblestone stencil, but Hero Arts has many stencils available. I'm going to hold the stencil down once again over white cardstock using my magnets and then just lightly blending ink over the top. You could do a partially blended panel or cover the entire card front with the stencil design. Another way you can use stencils is by using a type of paste. Hero Arts has glitter, white, and pearl paste. I will be using the glitter paste today. This is going to not only add texture to our card front, but also a little sparkle. I'm taking the Hero Arts palette knife and spreading the paste over the stencil. I'll smooth that out. I can always scoop the leftover paste back into my jar. And then once I lift up the stencil, I'm going to have a beautifully glittered background. Here's a closer look at the fun interest and dimension that these provide over your backgrounds. Here's a card example of using stencils with embossing powders. Stencils are a very inexpensive and versatile product to have in your collection.